True North Reviews, True North Reviews, True North Reviews.
Hey there, welcome to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the Yukon Blonde record, Vindicator. This is the fifth studio album from Canadian indie rock and synth pop group Yukon Blonde. Last time we heard from this band was in 2018 on Critical Hit, a record that was heavily Beach Boys inspired, Prince influenced too. Now, while the melodies were infectious and the lyrics were self-aware and critical, I thought the originality was holding Critical Hit back from greatness, something this band has flirted with and achieved in the past on Tiger Talk and on Blonde. Coming into this new album, even more than in the past, Yukon Blonde continue to wear their influences on the sleeve. This record kicks off with the cut, It's What You Are. The first leg of this track sounding like a Tame Impala song, complete with the reverbed and falsetto vocals that make you feel like you never understand what is truly being said in the lyrics. Then the second part of this track is tagged on. It kind of sounds like a Foster the People kind of track, making it more futuristic. The tune is still catchy throughout. I just know some people won't appreciate the split song structure and stylistic excursion. So now moving on, the next couple tracks, Fickle Feelings and YGTT. The former track is more prog leaning, King Crimson style with its mellotron in the chorus. Then the latter of the two tracks I mentioned has a groovy bass line. The composition leans more into simplicity with its structure and melody. Unfortunately, much like Fickle Feelings, it's another forgettable melody, and that's really what a majority of this record struggles with, staying memorable. I'm actually bored with many of the songs, and the track Play Along might summarize it the best. This track has eighth notes on the piano that get stale really quick. The bass line is about the only exciting thing here. More than anything else, Play Along is an experiment gone wrong, the vocal production especially. As I talk about this one, I realized I never mentioned it with Fickle Feelings, but Rebecca Gray is contributing her vocals to both of these tracks, and in both cases, I don't think her vocals really add much flavor or interest. Like, yes, I appreciate her inclusion on more songs as the melodic focus. She is deserving of some of the spotlight because she is an official member of the group, but I don't get much sense of chemistry or engagement between Rebecca and lead singer Jeff during their vocal takes or much of this record in general. Although, as I say that, maybe take the critique with a grain of salt, because I might just be missing the days of Yukon Blonde when they incorporated Beach Boys style harmonies. Much to my chagrin, not much of that is happening on Vindicator. Some of the new sounds for Yukon Blonde on this record, though, were forecasted beforehand with the track In Love Again. This song delivers on jangly guitar tones over an expansive, almost trippy atmosphere. And trust me, some of this works to Yukon Blonde's advantage, but it's only when they rely on familiar elements of their music that I am fully on board. You Were Mine is a cut that implements icy cold keyboards over a short and earworm chorus. The synth and rhythmic expanded outro are something Yukon Blonde are no strangers to, and I think they executed on one of their better songs to date. However, now as I dig into the other songs on this project, I believe Yukon Blonde might have left their best stuff at the door. Good Times is a track that looked like it was well on its way to being a great song through and through. It's another tune that shapes itself around piano chords with some funky elements thrown on top to get you reeled in. But then we transition to a break in the middle of the song, which kind of veers off into this electronic tinged composition. And my personal opinion on that is most rock bands have a hard time doing it well, and they rarely stick the landing. This being one of the occasions that Yukon Blonde might be biting off more than they can chew. To make matters worse, we have the cut F It, which sounds like Yukon Blonde trying their hand at yet another Tame Impala style track on the same record to much less satisfaction and creativity. Next, we have Your Heart's My Home, which is a melodic preview to the song Get Precious with more wah-wah effects on the guitar. Transition into the subsequent track, Get Precious, and this is where you might get a sense of deja vu with its funky riff, but trust me, this tune might just be the true gem on this record. One last song on this album, and after enjoying Yukon Yukon Blonde's closer to their previous project, I was definitely excited to see what was up their sleeves on Vindicator. Big Black Cloud is the name of this closing track, and there's a sharper sense of songwriting quality to this track. The acoustic guitar and bass adding emphasis and dynamic separation. However, with a stronger showing in the writing and composition, the muffled mix of vocals and washed out piano leaves something to be desired from the production standpoint. And truthfully, the production isn't up to Yukon Blonde's standard in the past. I believe this is their first record that they've completely self-produced, so I think that's what plays into my negative thoughts. Would I say the production ruins this album? No, but this is definitely one of the weaker Yukon Blonde projects for not only its production, but its catchiness. More often than not, the deep cuts on Vindicator are forgettable. Most of the time, listeners are subjected to the same mid-tempo, calm and swirling atmospheres, groove and funk occasionally. But all in all, the indie rock on this project has much less focus on the danceable qualities, something that I've really enjoyed from Yukon Blonde in the past, and they've exchanged it for rumination and reflection. A lot of it I didn't really care for, if I'm being honest. So I'm feeling a 4 out of 10 on Vindicator. There you have it. There's the album review for today. Make sure you guys sound off down below in the comments. Tell me what you guys think of this music, whether you agree or disagree. I'm here to engage with you guys. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. I'd appreciate that. As always, thanks for watching and have a rockin' day.